All right, good morning. Thanks for being here. We're gonna do some chair work. So grab a chair and then we'll need a strap later as well if you have one. So come seated on a chair. Preferably it doesn't have wheels, but if it does, that's okay. But just be safe. And then we want to get that entwining, right? So you can really see that here. So your inner groin, that steel cable, you want to melt that down to the floor, roll it to the floor. And that's going to move our sit bones. So we want to move the skin, flesh, muscle, tissue out of the way so that we're getting on those two sit bones. And that is going to directly translate to our spine, the intelligence of our spine. And you can feel the difference when you're not on your sit bones and you can see how that interacts with the spine. And then when you really plant the sit bones, the right sit bone, the left sit bone, all of a sudden the spine engages and you start to make space between the vertebra, but it engages that core and it's deeper than the core, right? Those inner spinal muscles. So literally you can reach inside the pants to move the skin, the tissue, because that's how important it is. And usually, even once you do it, one sit bone, pretend these are my sit bones, one sit bone tends to be tucked, one tends to be forward, one tends to be out, one tends to be back. So it's something you have to really work with at a subtle level just to gauge and tune into where you're at. And then if these are your sit bones, you want that front inside edge to be touching. So go ahead, ground your feet. Your feet are hips width apart, 2 fists apart. Measure it out. Start spreading your toes wide. Remember, that's your foundation. And now we're starting to access the sit bones, to access that center channel of the spine. And as you reach through the chair with your sit bones, the muscles engage, the core engages, the organs engage. And that's really how you can work through muscular imbalances in the spine, scoliosis. But just spread those toes wide, spread them wide. And you remember, you're actually working on the nervous system through spreading those toes wide. So build those neural pathways to spread all 10 toes wide. So we have the points of the sit bones, and the more you can tune into that intelligence, the more you're going to work through the spine. And then we know the points of the feet: mound a big toe, inner heel, where that inner heel meets the arch, center outer edge of your foot. Press through, the bottoms of the feet are spreading wide. So now we're really strengthening and working those tendons, the arches, supporting the Achilles, supporting the joints of the knees. So reach through those 6 points of your feet and then coordinate that work between your feet and your sit bones. And then lengthen through the whole spine. So you found the foundation. Now extend, lengthen, reach up out the center top of your head towards the ceiling. And it takes so much focus and concentration. So go ahead and have your gaze, your focus on one point in front of you, the wall in front of you. And then tune into those 8 points. Mound the big toes pressing, inner heels pressing, reaching through the floor. Center outside edge of your feet pressing. Right sit bone, left sit bone, reaching through the chair. And again, you're rolling on the inside edge and the front edge of those sit bones. And that's what's going to give that length and that traction in your vertebra. Soften the face, soften the jaw, soften the throat. Let your skin be soft. Soften the center brow. Feels so good just to soften. And as you're softening, so we can soften the nervous system, go ahead and extend through those 10 toe tips. Starting from the pinky, working your way in, all the way to the big toe. Extend. And notice how much support your ankles get as you find that extension through your toes. Reach, 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 reach. Your toes are growing longer. There's so much intelligence in the toes and the feet that we're just not accessing. And that translates to every other part of the body. The whole nervous system map. Reach, get those big toes longer. And now you can see the sacrum skin. So the skin of the sacrum, the triangular bone at the base of the pelvis, the base of the spine, that is reaching upwards towards the ceiling. Sacrum skin is lifting. You're going to find that those different muscles activate in your core and your spine. So let's just coordinate those points. Sit bones reaching, extending through the floor. You're going to develop a new relationship with your pelvis. Sit bones reaching through the floor. Rolling on the front edges of your sit bones. Feet are parallel to each other like railroad tracks. Toes facing forward. Toes spreading wide. Reach through the inner heel extending. You're going to get so much more space in your spine when you find that inner heel extending. Lengthen out the center top of your head. And we know the sacrum skin is reaching up towards the ceiling. That's going to start toning the pelvis, the spine, the cervical vertebra, toning the muscles that hold your sacrum in place. This is very crucial for the stability of our pelvis and our lower back. And then it's a dynamic pose, right? Equal opposing action. So as the sacrum reaches up, your glute muscles reach down towards the floor. So just see if you can find that distinction. I always like to pretend I'm an artist with a paintbrush, and that paintbrush is painting the sacrum skin up, and that paintbrush is painting the glutes down. So use that mind's eye paintbrush, the paintbrush in your imagination. You're creating that spatial awareness and that awareness inside the body. There's a deep, deep, rich, rich relationship that starts to get cultivated and developed as you start to gain awareness of these points. and start to work on them together, synchronizing those points. And then you'll start to feel it through every part of the body. Maybe your feet are already getting tired from expanding the toes wide, which is going to translate to the knee joints, which is going to translate to the hips, which will translate to the spine, the thoracic spine. And so we're just building spaciousness, building space between the vertebrae through all of these points. And it's that spaciousness that actually strengthens that muscular structure that supports your entire spine. And it feels so good. It's almost like an exhale through your entire spine. So we need that reset, right? We need those awareness points to get that reset from the inside out, where the spine can literally exhale. And we had such a beautiful, really neat call on the fascia yesterday in relationship to nutrition. And the fascia wraps around every tissue, every bone, your vascular system, everything. And it's like one connected web. Think of a spider web, one web that moves together. So we want that fascia to be supple, fluid, hydrated. So alongside your breath, your movement, get those hydrating foods in. It's summer, get your grapes, your berries, your melons, your superfoods, all the things. Okay, so we want to work on the intelligence of the right side of the spine and the left side of the spine. And that's going to come through the intelligence of the right sit bone and the left sit bone, and the right foot and the left foot. So now just go inward. Pretend that there's a bathroom scale underneath your sit bones, and you want it to read the same, right? Most people have 20, 30, 40, 50 more pounds on one foot, on one sit bone more than the other. So this is your opportunity to balance out the scales. Balance out the scales. Balance out the scales. And usually we don't even notice it because it's our norm, it's our habit. So if we're used to putting 20 pounds more on the right side, that feels balanced. But if you're starting to notice that one sit bone is heavier than the other, lift that sit bone up towards the ceiling. That's the work. And if you're not sure which one, we're going to play with both. So if you're not sure which one, start by lifting that right sit bone up towards the ceiling. Now the left sit bone has to start doing work. It's been sleeping. It's been sleeping on the job. And feel that translate through the whole spine. So now the left side of the spine is starting to strengthen. Find that extension all the way up through the top of the head. So whichever sit bone you need to work on, it's lifting up towards the ceiling. And if you're not sure, right sit bone lifting up towards the ceiling. And feel how your entire body has to rewire and compensate for this. Roll your shoulders down and back. Use your thumbs to lift the armpit chest up towards the ceiling. Up, 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 up. And at the same time, the lower ribs are reaching down towards the floor, and your front ribs are reaching back towards the wall behind you. So armpit chest lifting, zest and zeal. Roll your top shoulders where the top shoulder meets the neck, rolling it down the back body. You can use your hands like a massage. Trapezius live on the back body, heart lifting, elbows descending. We're still lifting that right sit bone, or whichever side you need to work on. And again, that's going to translate all the way up to the neck, the shoulders, the brain. And then switch, unless you know that you need to work the other side more. Lift that left sit bone up towards the ceiling. So you're taking some of that weight out of the left sit bone and lifting it upwards. And one side will feel foreign to you, and one side will feel more normal. So if there's a side that feels foreign, where everything's having to adjust and change, it feels different, focus on that side. So for me, I need to focus on lifting that right sit bone up towards the ceiling. And if you're not sure, just focus on both. Work equally. If you're sure, then work asymmetrically to build symmetry. Roll those top shoulders down and back, armpit chest lifting, armpit chest lifting, armpit chest lifting. Extend through your feet. Front ribs reaching to the wall behind you, sacrum skin lifting to the ceiling. Holy moly, it's a lot of work. And you're going to start changing the structure of the jaw, all the attachments. Good. Okay, so balance, that's something we can work on. That's something you can work on even if you are sitting at your desk, if you're sitting in your office, if you're watching a performance, whatever it may be. Weave that work in so that it becomes cellular memory. You want to get, 100 hours in to rebuild that foundation. So now inhale the arms up. Front ribs to the wall behind you. Arms are extended. Reach through your fingertips and your toe tips. Reach, 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 reach. Center sternum is lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. And now synchronize your breath. So a smooth, soft inhalation through your nose. Smooth, soft exhalation through your nose. That center sternum is lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Coordinate that pressure of the sit bones. Roll the top shoulders down and back. Lengthen, reach out the center top of your head. And engage the muscle to the bone. So you want, with this underarm, you want to engage the muscle to the bone. So we're finding those connection points again. And you're trying to get any bend out of the arm, out of the wrist. And the arms are extended overhead. I just wanted you to be able to see. So we really want to work on the shoulders here. So you're going to grab your arm and get that internal, well, it's an external rotation, but you're rolling from the outside of the arm towards the underarm, towards the face. Ah, it feels so good. So right arm is lifted up using your left hand to roll the inside of the arm outwards, the inner skin outwards. Okay, so I like to grab from the palm and the thumb is rolling the inner arm outwards. Now this is a huge shoulder adjustment. You're resetting the shoulders. Now take that length and extend. So make more space from your outer shoulder and outer scapula and extend that up through your fingertips. Yeah, so one more time, you grab your palm on the outside of your arm, thumb on the inside, rolling out. It's an external rotation. Yes, so the skin of your outer arm is rolling towards the back of the arm, rolling towards the inner arm. Now lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. You have 3 more inches in there, I'm telling you. Get the feet square, the pelvis square. You're going to find a whole new opening in this side waist and this connection from your rib cage up to your shoulders, up to your neck. Soften the face, look straight ahead, and remember to roll the inner shoulder down the back. Inner shoulder down the back. Your back ribs are reaching to the wall behind you. And you're trying to get that right arm straight. Trying to get any bend out of the arm. It's a lot of work, my goodness. And so worth it. The translation that this has, so our posture impacts our brain, impacts our mood, impacts the way we hold ourselves. The translation of this movement, let's do the other side, left arm up, use your right hand, I'm going to show you, to grab that inside arm. Wait, no, that's not right, sorry. The thumb is down, grabbing the arm and rolling out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just trying to teach it on Zoom and it's different than when I actually do it. So the arm is extended up, grab the outside, roll towards the inside. So outer arm is rolling towards the back arm, rolling towards the inside arm. Another way to think of it is the inner arm is rolling out. Okay, so what I was saying, that translation that this has on the nervous system, that inner posture, that confidence, that self-worth from the body out is huge. That is one gift I wish I could give to every single person, every single kid. That body intelligence that informs and connects to who you really are. It's the sweetest, sweetest gift in the world. So we're getting that external rotation of the arm. Left arm is extending up, reach through your fingertips. Equal pressure in your feet and your sit bones, lengthen through the spine. Find more spaciousness behind your heart in that thoracic spine. 100 hours of training here. Soften the jaw, soften the throat, soften the center brow. Yes, you're going to tire. That's the point. We want to work just beyond what feels comfortable. So we do want to push the physical body to open up new capacity in the mind and the nervous system. And it is something that has to be built from the ground up. So this is the building. This is that uncomfortable donkey work that must be done. This is the strengthening of the entire system. And you'll be so grateful you did it on the other side. And come down, release. Palms facing up. Just feel that difference in your shoulders. Feel that difference in your nervous system and your body and your brain. It's a kind of strength that translates to peace, to softness, to inner stillness, to gratitude. So we're going to try again. Inhale, reach that right arm up with your hand. Grab the outside of the arm and roll inwards. With the thumb, rolling that inner arm towards the top of the arm. So outer arm rolling to the back of the arm, back of the arm rolling to the inner arm rolling to the top arm. You really got to get a good grip for this to translate all the way through the shoulders. Lengthen, extend, and now spine spaciousness in the shoulder. So really open up this outer shoulder region. Find a couple inches in there. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Front ribs reaching to the wall behind you. Side ribs descending down to the floor. Making more space, reaching from your center shoulder to the fingertips to the ceiling. And see how this is translating to the whole spine. Soften the face, soften the jaw. Remember, 100 hours. Press through the feet, press through the mouths of the big toes, press through the inner heels. You're finding more length, more spaciousness in your side waist and your spine. We're working with that fascia. Roll your top shoulders down and back and exhale, come down. Oh my gosh. So fatiguing, isn't it? But just try not to shake it out. Let your body take that in, that work in. Again, the way that it translates to the spine, to the posture, to the nervous system. Reach that left arm up. Take your hand, palm facing towards your face. Grab the outside of your arm. Roll that outer arm towards the back of the arm, towards the inner arm. Face soft. Find more length in the fingertips to find more length in the spine. Reach to the center top of your head. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Soften the face, soften the neck, soften the jaw. Find that pressure of your sit bones. If you're heavy in one sit bone, lift that sit bone up towards the ceiling, which will translate to the musculature through your entire spine. Remember, working on the side that feels foreign. And then you're lengthening, finding new space in the side waist, extending that outer shoulder up to your fingertips. Front ribs reaching down and back. back ribs broadening. Bring your breath into your back ribs so they're spreading wide. Smooth out the breath. Breathe through the nose. Soften the breath to make this smooth. To go from striving effort to effortlessness. When you find enough extension and enough softening, right, which are opposing actions, extension and softening, it becomes effortless. Release, release, release. Palms facing up. Don't shake it out. Reach through your fingertips. Spread the palms wide. Connect to the spine, connect to the sit bones, connect to the points of the feet, and connect to the center, top of the head. Lengthen. Breathe into the back rib cage. Breathe and make spaciousness along the spine between every single vertebra. So go ahead and just travel through the spine from the base of the spine with that mind's eye artist paintbrush. Connect to the sit bones. Lift the heavy sit bone up towards the ceiling. Draw the front ribs to the wall behind you. Open, expand the back ribs. Take that lengthen the thoracic spine behind the heart, lengthen. Roll the top shoulders down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back. It's almost like lifting weights. The effort that you're putting into rolling the trapezius down the back, the top shoulders down the back, where the neck meets the shoulders, rolling it down the back. So much effort that you're finding a new strength. But remember, as the shoulders roll down the back, the front ribs reach behind you. Opposing actions. As you roll onto your front sit bones, the sacrum skin lifts to the ceiling. I can hear Layla playing outside. Now we're building the inner spine. So use your breath. We're pausing here. We're lengthening through here. It's so rare that we get to connect with those inner spine muscles. We want to be in connection with them as much as possible. This is the time to do it, the space to do it. And again, that's going to translate to everything else that you do. Elbows reaching towards the floor. Top shoulders rolling down the back. Lengthen the neck now. Lengthen the neck. Extend the back of the neck. Reach to the center top of the head. And now find the full coordination. Reaching through your fingertips, reaching through your toe tips, pressing through the mounds, the inner heels, the outer edge of the feet, reaching through the sit bones, heavy sit bone lifting to the ceiling, front ribs reaching to the wall behind you, face softening, center brow softening, throat softening, extending taller, longer. Again, finding that length and that expansion through all of your limbs, your full body glove, expand, extend, and soften in the skin, soften in the nervous system. And that's when that effort becomes effortless. Soften the jaw. Oh yeah. Few more breaths here. This is where you want to live. So when you train here long enough, this just becomes the norm. This becomes your baseline. This becomes your come from, where you live from. But we got to train it. And you'll notice if you're really getting all those points, it's going to impact the back of the neck, the back of the brain stem, which is that survival brain. You're literally working into the brain through the points, through the structure. Use that breath to find a full extension. Breathe into the back rib cage. Breathe into the full body. Breathe into the joints. Breathe into the pelvis. Breathe into the elbows. Spread the collarbones wide. Sacrum skin lifting. Top shoulders descending. Side ribs reaching back. Equal pressure in your feet. It's like a coming home. It's just such a, when you start to access more potential in your body, more potential in your nervous system, your brain, it's a coming home to your true state. And it's just beautiful. But it takes that effort and it takes that awareness and it takes that softening. Effort, awareness, softening, breath. Extend through the spine. Press through the feet. Okay, good. Okay, that was the warm-up. I saw that look. Okay, that was the warm-up. Move the sit bones again, move the tissue. So it's just getting more and more subtle now. Hey, let's wake everything up. Let's find that inner intelligence. Now we're going to translate it. So we're actually gonna come to the side of your chair. So you're sitting at the side edge. Gonna move the tissue again. Good. So the back of the chair is on your right hand. Okay. So feet hips width apart, which is only 2 fists apart. Knees width, knees 2 fists apart. Inner sit bones reaching, descending, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. So we can activate the pelvis and the spine. Soften the organs, soften the belly, soften the organs, soften the belly. The extension and the strength is coming through the spine. So lengthen through the center top of your head. Work from the bones, work from the bones. Right sit bone grounded, left sit bone grounded, reaching through the center top of the skull, top of the head. Lengthen through the bones of the spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. So there's your strength. There's your extension. Everything else is going to learn from there. That's the center axis. Keep going, keep lengthening. Extend through the center top of the head. And as you find that extension, you'll find an inner strength. But you'll also find a softening in the organs. Toes are pointing forward, reach the arms up, and you're trying to reach the arms behind the ears. Good, find that length, reach to the sit bones, reach to the top of the head. Try and get any bends out of the arms, out of the wrists. Extend through your fingertips, extend through your wrists. Fingertips extended. Wrists are stacked underneath your fingertips, elbows stacked underneath your wrists, shoulders stacked underneath your elbows, arms reaching behind your ears, which is so much harder than it sounds. It's a continuous effort. Arms reaching behind the ears. Go, 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 go. That doesn't mean bring the neck forward. Get the arms behind the ears. Lengthen through the top of the head. Make more space in the neck. Here's where the lengthening happens and the softening happens. The lengthening, the strengthening where it matters, and the softening where it matters. Exhale, turn towards the back of the chair. And you're twisting from the base of the spine. Let those lower vertebrae twist, working your way up vertebra by vertebra. Base of the spine, navel twisting towards the right, thoracic spine twisting, neck is last, head is last. Inhale, get taller, exhale, twist deeper. Now just peek at your knees. Well, you know, the right knee is going to look shorter, the left knee is going to be longer. So balance out the knees and then twist. So that was just a perception that we were twisting, an illusion. But once you get the knees balanced and then twist from the base of the spine, now you're starting to get into the work. Front ribs reaching behind you. Balance out those knees, twisting from the base of the spine, rolling, rolling, rolling. Pulling with that left arm, pushing with that right arm. Inhale, get taller. Shoulders rolling down and back. Oh, it starts to go so deep into the nooks and crannies. The areas that you just can't quite reach with massage, as deep as you try and go. Not that that's not wonderful, it's wonderful. But it gets into those nooks and crannies, the tissues that you just can't reach from an external place. You have to reach them from an internal place. Twisting the head, looking over your right shoulder. Oh, so good and juicy. Exhale, slowly come out. We gotta do these twists to get into that fascia, to get into the tissue, to rewire the system. So now we're gonna go to the other side. So feet to the front of the chair again. Walk your feet to the other side. Move the sit bones, get on, move the tissue, get on the sit bones. So now the back of the chair is on the left side. Arms up, lengthen. I want to make sure you can hear me, so I'm going to face the camera. Feet hips width apart, knees hips width apart. Ground into the sit bones, right sit bone, left sit bone. Lengthen. Arms reaching behind you. And I am serious. You're trying to reach those arms behind your ears. Press through the mounds of your big toes. Otherwise, the pose doesn't land in the whole body. And we don't access that inner spine unless we have those points of our feet activated. Arms reaching behind you. Now lengthen tall. Getting the bend out of the wrists, out of the elbows. Reach through your fingertips long. Fingertips extending to the ceiling. Stack your wrists between your fingertips. Elbows under your wrists. Shoulders under your elbows. Front ribs reaching to the wall behind you. Go. It's so much work. Just go. Just keep going. Soften the brain. Extend through the toe tips. Get a little taller. Reach that center sternum upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Exhale, twist to the chair, back of the chair. Remember, armpit, chest lifting, rolling the top shoulders down and back. Find your two sit bones and twist from the base of the spine. Roll, roll, roll. Belly button twisting towards the left. Twisting into the thoracic spine, behind the heart. Neck, head. Now peek at your knees. That right knee is going to look longer. Left knee is going to look shorter. Square the knees, square the knees, square the knees. Square the feet. Square the sit bones. And now twist, base of the spine. Keep those knees square. Base of the spine, base of the spine, base of the spine. Navel twisting. Twisting the thoracic behind the heart. Keep the knees parallel. Roll the top shoulders down the back body. Lengthen the neck longer, reach to the top of the head. And then the head twist last, looking over that left shoulder. Roll the top shoulders down the back. It's so hard to get that equal extension and pressure in your feet and your sit bones. Just aim for it. Face soft, heart lifted, forehead soft. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Exhale, come out. Oh my gosh, slowly. I can't think of anything better for us than twists. You're recreating that flexibility of the tissues, the flexibility of the spine, the rib cage. You're gently toning the organs, squeezing out the organs, which is going to clean out those tissues. Like imagine wringing a washcloth. You're just gently squeezing out the tissues. We gotta do it. Okay, just take that in for a second. You're going to get more spaciousness in the spine through the twists. You're going to start to break up wherever has turned concrete in the body, wherever the tissue has lost its elasticity. And if the tissue's lost its elasticity, that's not as healthy as it can be. We want all the tissue to have the elasticity. So we're restoring the elasticity. Take a few breaths, just feel it integrate. Feel if there's more aliveness, like a tingling aliveness in your tissues, in your spine. Remember that spine is that center axis of awareness, of perception, of everything else. So we gotta rehydrate those connections. Okay, we're gonna do the right side again. Again, I'm gonna face you so you can hear me. So now the back of the chair is towards the right arm. Okay. Ankles under your knees. Pressure on your sit bones. Spread the sit bones. Lengthen through the spine. Center sternum is lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. Armpit chest lifting. That's the key. It's a complete restructuring of the anatomy, how we hold ourselves. Again, it completely translates to our relationship to ourselves and others. Armpit chest lifting, roll the top shoulders down and back. It's really, if I had to put it into words, it's that trust of yourself, that trust of others, that trust in life, especially during those unknown moments. It's that trust in yourself and life and the unknown, truly through this structure. Roll the top shoulders down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back. Inhale the arms straight up. Spread your toes wide, mounds of big toes, inner heels, sit bones, equal pressure in the sit bones. Ground the sit bones, reach through the chair. We're going to lengthen the side waist through the pressure of the sit bones. Sacrum skin lifting, side ribs reaching back behind you, arms reaching behind your ears. Lengthen through the center top of the head. Lengthen. Find the whole center axis, your whole spine. Lengthen through. Exhale, twist to the back of your chair. Equal pressure in the sit bones reaching through the chair. Toes extending. Twist the base of your spine. Twist the navel. Peek at the knees, keep them parallel. Twist, 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 twist. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Equal pressure on your sit bones, knees balanced. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Armpit chest lifting. Top shoulders rolling down the back. Front ribs reaching to the wall behind you. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Head is last to twist. Look over that right shoulder. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Pushing with the right arm, pulling with the left arm to deepen the twist. Exhale, release. Pause back at center. Good. Yep, just stay in that pause point, that neutral point, that center point. Let your body integrate. It's just so juicy on the nervous system and the spine. You're going to twist to the other side. Back of the chair is on the left hand. Sit bones. Ankles, knees, hips width apart. Center sternum lifting upwards and forwards. That's the true self, not the ego self. The true self lifting upwards and forwards. Armpit chest lifting. Top shoulders rolling down and back. Glutes chasing to the floor. Sacrum skin lifting to the ceiling. Oh, just that in itself is just huge relief and transformation on the body. Bringing the body back to home, back to neutral, back to its innate intelligence. Equal pressure of your feet, extend through your toe tips. Good, good, good. Soften the forehead, center brow, soften the throat. Inhale, arms up. 3 more inches. Press and extend through the feet, lengthen the toes, lengthen the toes, lengthen the toes. Reach the front ribs to the wall behind you. Arms are reaching behind the ear holes. Soften the face, soften the throat, soften the center brow, lengthen through the top of the head, lengthen through the top of the head. Front ribs reaching back. Training here, 100 hours. Extend into softness. You're getting so tall, so long. You're expanding into softness. Exhale, twist to the back of the chair. Find your sit bones, find your feet. Keep the knees parallel. And then find that twist from the base of the spine. Roll, rotate, roll, rotate, roll, rotate. All those organs are getting that recharge, reset. Exhale, twist through the rib cage. Twist through the back of the spine. Head turning last. Look over that left shoulder. Integrate from the base of the spine, sit bones. Knees parallel with the wall in front of you. Armpit chest lifting. Top shoulders rolling down and back. Turn, twist. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Pulling with the right arm, pushing with the left arm to deepen the twist. Exhale, release. Soften, palms facing up. Feel that electricity, that charge throughout the tissues. Again, it's just restoring the communication pathway through your bodies. Whole body communication. What a beautiful feeling. What a beautiful thing to work towards. And then that center brow is soft, 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 soft. Jaw soft. Throat soft. Palms spreading wide, extending. Notice how we're working on extension points, which activate us, sharpen us, enliven us, tone the nervous system. And then notice how we're working on softening points, softening the nervous system. And then finding that sweet spot of balance between the two. When your senses are alive and engaged, yet peaceful, content. And just go again with that internal artist paintbrush. Find that extension, find that softening, and that balance point between the two, the sweet spot between the two. And when you hit it, the brain gets calm. The body feels peaceful. There's a focused clarity. I love this work. Palms together at the heart. Use your thumbs to lift the base of the sternum up towards the ceiling. And rolling those top shoulders down the back. Elbows are reaching towards the floor. Length and softness, length and softness. Reach through the top of the spine. And now just connect with the body 360 degrees. So expand in your rib cage, front and side and back. Breathing through your lower ribs, your mid ribs, your upper ribs, all the way to the top of the shoulders. And it's a slow breath. Again, just finding that spaciousness. Great work today. Go ahead and bow that chin to the heart, releasing the brain downwards. Forehead to the chin, chin to the heart. And thank you for your practice, your care, your diligence. We're going to go ahead and stay inward. And if you want to share any comments, feedback, challenges, experiences, one gem that you're taking away.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I truly felt like I ran a seated marathon.
Legit.
Yeah. And I don't know. I always am silly in thinking, oh, well, we're just going to be on the chair. We'll be all right. Not good thinking. Not at all. My cells were just on fire just by doing that. And I know I wasn't doing everything right because there was just so much to do. And initially I was like, I'm not going to feel anything because I can't do all of this. But I did enough to feel my cells just firing off. So I missed this so much. So thank you so much. This was great.
I love that, Karen. Thank you. And yeah, I was firing off a lot of points, advanced points. So it's true. If you're getting one, two, three of those, you're doing it, you know?
It's
Um,
good to know.
yeah,
Thank you.
right. And notice we only got through two poses today.
Yeah, what about that? That was great though.
Right. You're working on those points again, even if you're getting a few of them, you're doing it. Beautiful. Thank you. It's so good to see you again. I'm glad you're here.
Same here.
Hi, Mel. How you doing?
Mm.
You on mute.
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, we got the verb. Okay, well, love you all. We can do any check-ins in the group, and we'll see you guys next week.
Awesome. You have a blessed one. Love you guys.
Love you.
Take care. Bye, Melody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.